Hey guys, what is up? It is your boy T for 365 Horror Vlogs, the channel where we attempt to watch every single horror movie in existence. And in today's video, we have another one of our new release videos for you guys. This one for the week of October 24th, 2022. Let's get right into it. Now, we are going to get right into the new release video, but before we do, I've got to remind you guys to please like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. Really helps the channel out. And with that, let's get right into the movies. The first movie we're going to be looking at this week is Barbarian, releasing on HBO MAX. A woman staying at an Airbnb discovers that the house she has rented is not what it seems. It is directed by Zach Kreger. So after watching the trailer for Barbarian, I've got to say that the movie actually looks really creepy and good. I am looking forward to seeing it. I didn't really get to see it in the theaters. It's brought to you by the producers and creators of It, The Grudge, The Ring, so you know they're going to have effective scares in there. Already, when you see the setting, it's about a girl who stays at an Airbnb and it's double booked, and we don't really know what kind of twists and turns it takes from there, but where we do see some of the setting that she goes down into is really creepy. I've always been kind of creeped out by caving and all of that kind of stuff, so when you do see her in these like pitch black tunnels and then, you know, people are popping out and etc, it actually looks pretty good and creepy. I'm definitely looking forward to Barbarian, and it's going to be one I'm putting on the watch list. The next movie we're going to be looking at this week is Shady Grove, and it's releasing on VOD. A young couple leave behind their party lifestyle and find tranquility in an isolated rental cabin, only to realize that they have been checked into a sinister nightmare as the locals reveal the true reason for their solitude. It is directed by Dale Restaghini. So after watching the trailer for Shady Grove, it looks like a fairly decent movie. It kind of looks run-of-the-mill, but it looks like it could be a fun time with some good one-liners and whatnot. The humor looked okay in it. It doesn't look like anything groundbreaking you're getting here. It looks like they go to stay in and then of course some people kind of rain on their parade. It looks like maybe the townspeople, even from the trailer, it kind of gives you little indications that they're, you know, the town is telling them they're there. I don't know what the people are up to. It almost looks like ritualistic from some of the scenes. Kind of looks Hills Have Eyes-ish, not really. I mean, they're going to stay at a retreat and then they're attacked by locals and whatnot. It's kind of been done over and over, but it does look like it could be okay. Put it on the watch list.
You may throw a little shindig, a little party at the rental. You should stop by when we get off from here.
This town might be full of like tents. Cheers! We about to have a good old time in where we at? Shady Grove.
Moving right along, I love these Halloween weeks because you just get so many horror movies. So we are going to look at the next one, which is The Guest Room, releasing on VOD. The morning Stella decides to take her own life, a stranger knocks at her door, claiming the guest room he booked for the night. Surprised but charmed by this man, who seems to know her very well, Stella decides to let him in. But when Sandro, the man who broke Stella's heart, joins them at home, this odd situation turns immediately into chaos. It is directed by Stefano Lodovici. After watching the trailer for The Guest Room, this looks like an interesting foreign film. I like the way that they have kind of the setting. It looks like a house and a guest comes by and he kind of starts doing some crazy things to the people. I also like the kind of hook that they had in the trailer, whereas you saw that maybe she was hiding her child for some reason or keeping him locked up, which is the reason why it looks like he's kind of been spurned on to torture this couple, which looks like it could be pretty good. The acting looks okay, and it looks like they could have some brutal stuff in store. I like the way that he's interacting with the child, and in the trailer, you never really get to see the child, so I'm almost wondering, is he disfigured, weird, developmentally disabled? I'm not 100% sure, so it's going to be some good twists and turns with this one, I have the feeling, and I can't wait for it. Put it on the watch list.
Dov'è vostro figlio?
Mama.
I think we have 6 or 7 movies to look at this week, so we're just going to keep right on rolling. The next one we're going to look at is Hounded, aka Haunted, releasing on VOD. A stately home robbery takes an evil turn one night when a gang of young thieves are caught by the owners of the house and then hunted across the estate for the proprietor's entertainment. It is directed by Tommy Bolding. After watching the trailer for Hounded, I've got to say that I'm actually kind of excited for this movie. I like the way the setting looks. It looks like it's going to have a lot of kind of heart beating chase scenes. I like the setting. It's got the usual trope of kind of the elites hunting maybe poorer people, but it looks like it's well done. From some of the traps and things I've seen, it looks like it's going to just be a good heart racing action horror. It almost kind of reminds me of like a Running Man or Hunger Games or anything where it's just like a big group of people being hunted. So you should get a lot of good deaths. It looks like it's got a lot of good emotion in this as far as fear and as far as that goes. It's not going to be one of the top movies on the list, but definitely one for the watch list.
Last night, you made the unfortunate mistake of breaking into my ancestral home. Don't worry, this is not an execution. Where's the sport in that? Good luck.
Next, we're going to move on to a movie called Feed Me, releasing on VOD. Following the death of his wife, a broken man spirals into an abyss of night tremors and depression and finds himself in the home of a deranged cannibal who convinces him to take his own life in the most horrific way imaginable. It is directed by Adam Leader and Richard Oakes. After watching the trailer for Feed Me, I'm actually looking forward to this one. It looks really twisted and demented. I mean, even in the trailer, it says this one's for sickos and whatnot, and I can totally see why. It's based on a true story, which is very interesting because it's about a guy who wants to be eaten, and as he's being eaten, it like is somehow making him feel better or give him some sort of epiphany about life. In it, you look like you get a ton of cannibalism, so he's kind of carrying around body parts a lot of the time. You see a lot of disgusting dismemberment, him cauterizing wounds with irons. Like, it just looks like it's going to be full of pain and torture. If you're into that sort of thing, looks like it's going to be the movie for you. It looks totally sick and disgusting. The one caveat that I could say maybe kind of is making me not look so forward to the movie is kind of the acting. I think because it is such a macabre kind of topic, they are really trying to add like some humor into it with the actor. I've seen this actor before and he doesn't act this hokily, so I'm wondering if that's kind of a design choice to lighten up what would otherwise be like a completely macabre and like dark movie. But the humor looks like it might not be completely misplaced. Put this one on the watch list.
All that weight you're carrying? What if I said I could take it all away?
So, what are you saying?
Consensual human consumption.
So, you want to eat me?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Only a couple more movies to go this week, and we are getting right into the next one, which is The Lair, releasing on VOD and Shudder. When Royal Air Force pilot Lieutenant Kate Sinclair is shot down over Afghanistan, she finds refuge in an abandoned underground bunker where deadly man-made biological weapons, half human and half alien, are awakened. It's directed by Neil Marshall. Okay, after watching the trailer for The Lair, it looks like a pretty good movie. I mean, if you're into kind of more of an aliens type, apparently there's a military entity and they stumble across some sort of base with an alien entity in it, and they go in there to clear it out or fight them. The acting does look a little bit hokey, but it does look like it could be kind of a decent action horror. Usually some of these ones fall flat once you see the monsters, but from the kind of glistening, gooey arms that I saw from the trailer, the monster could actually be okay. It looks like it's got tendrils and again, very alien-ish, and it does kind of play like an alien story, but it could be something decent if you want to watch an action horror. Put it on your watch list.
Yesterday, I was shot down and hunted by men that wanted to cut my head off. I've flown 28 combat missions in 3 tours, but none of that scared me half as much as what I saw in that bunker.
Moving right along, we are going to look at the next movie, which is Run, Sweetheart, Run, releasing on VOD. A woman tries to get home alive after her blind date turns violent. It is directed by Shanna Festi. So after watching the trailer for Run, Sweetheart, Run, it looks like a pretty good movie, but it looks like more of a thriller. I don't understand exactly why they put this in the horror category. Unless, of course, it's going to be pretty bloody. It does look like she gets pretty beat up by the ending, but I don't know. Maybe because at one point in the trailer she says, "What are you?" So maybe we're to assume that he isn't just a man. He can, like, take much more of a beating, perhaps. I see her hit him maybe in the head with a brick. He doesn't die, so maybe he is some sort of demonic entity, which would kind of make it horror-esque, I guess. But it definitely looks more like an action kind of thriller horror suspense to me, about a woman who's chased and tortured. At some point, she kind of even looks like she gets all Rambo'd out to fight back. It looks okay. Not exactly one that would like touch what I like in a horror, but again, I know tons of females and stalkers and stuff. They see that as horrifying stuff, so this could be a decent action horror for your watch list.
The only thing that matters now is our game.
Last but not least, we are coming to the end of another hugely packed movie week, and we are going to look at A Savannah Haunting, releasing on VOD. A Savannah Haunting centers around a family who moves to Savannah, Georgia, to escape the memory of their young daughter's tragic drowning. Once in their new home, the mother begins to experience chilling phenomena that lead her to believe she is being haunted by her dead daughter. But an old black woman with ties to the home's slavery past warns there may be a darker, more sinister force dwelling beneath the house. The family is torn apart as the haunting turns each one of them against each other. It is directed by William Mark McCullough. So after watching the trailer for A Savannah Haunting, it looks like an okay movie. It kind of has like a old past haunted house slave kind of thing. Again, you're not getting anything groundbreaking here. A family moves into a new house. It's haunted because of reasons. So it doesn't look like anything groundbreaking, but we might get some kind of chilling supernatural kind of stuff here. It looks like over time the mom is possessed by something and then is trying to kill her own children. I don't want to sound like I'm not too excited. It just has so much of the run of the mill, except for they have like an old Savannah house on top, so they've laid like a kind of a slavery thing over it. Maybe it was the land of where tons of slaves were killed or something like that. I will say that though, they do have a lot of creepy dolls in the movie. Even in the trailer, they show like some pretty creepy doll stuff. Some like this one part with a black doll with like super long hair. Super creepy. It might actually have some merit, but overall the acting and everything, it just doesn't look like something that's gonna blow you away. It might be a good kind of popcorn movie on a Friday night. But still, if you do like kind of that supernatural old bayou exorcist kind of feel, this might be one for your watch list.
You made her angry, Mama.
Who, baby?
You know who.
Well guys, that's going to do it for another one of our new release videos. I hope you enjoyed it. If I had to personally pick two movies this week, the first one is going to be Barbarian. It just looks like it builds some good anxiety. Looks like it has some good creeps in it. I love the setting. Also looks nice and big budget, so you know you're getting good acting. You know you're getting good effects. And the other movie I'm going to pick this week is Feed Me. It just looks twisted and demented. Like I said, he's kind of eating up someone, and I've heard of this kind of thing where people would like chop off body parts. I can't remember exactly what the condition is called, but there is something where you do want to chop off your own body parts. It makes you feel lighter. So it is going to be kind of an interesting movie. I feel like it's going to be pretty gross and whatnot, so that's always something that I look forward to. Those are going to be my two movies for the week. If you do feel so inclined, please tell me the two movies or one of the movies or your favorite movie from this week and what you intend to watch. Also, if you like this content, please leave me a like, give me a subscribe, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. It really helps me bring you guys more content. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.